Those three-letter abbreviations are part and parcel of the German footballing culture. Now the foot race, Hegering is scampering back. Svenja Fumli, Hegering. Masterful defending, and again for Marina Hegering. Freiburg still sense opportunity here. Elina Bienz, former Köln player, losing out and fouls Feiersinger. Well, Hegering had ground to make up here against Svenja Fumli, but she ate it up to make a last-ditch challenge right as Svenja Fumli wanted to get the shot off. We praised her for her front foot defending a few moments ago, Marina Hegering. First time she gets it wrong, she still manages to recover. That was a brilliant bit of defending. And in the space of less than 15 minutes of her first game as a Köln player, Hegering showing why she was such a valuable summer signing. Dornhauser. Bienz has to now do some defending. Plays it back to Benkart. Neat play by Stegemann. Tries to break the lines, cut out though by Wiankowska. Now with Imping. Rode the challenge of Vorbian. Felder. Fumli. Chance at a counter here. Lisa Karl. Scorer of Freiburg's goal last weekend against Bremen. Looking to cut inside again as she did last weekend. Finds Felder. First touch let her down right on the edge of the area. Teasing delivery and Agrec intervenes. Jessen. Now she was given the captain's armband upon joining the club because of her leadership qualities, Marina Hegering. She's a player that leads by example. She has that winning mentality that has been fostered over years at the highest level of this game, but she hasn't always had it easy in her career, and when it came to the German national team, she was a bit of a late bloomer. Marina Hegering, it was last season she hung up her international boots. At the age of 35, she still feels like she's got a few good years left in her. Currently completing her coaching badges. She describes football as a paid hobby. And her Köln side certainly having a bit more fun. Early doors here at the Dreisamstadion. Freiburg starting to find a foot in the game though. Beerkoltz isn't allowed to turn against Agrec, and then Hegering tried to play quarterback unsuccessfully. Britta Karlsson talked about that there was a focus on defensive stability in training this week, but also wanted to instill confidence in her side going forward, given the fact that they gave such a good account of themselves when Selina Degen got sent off in terms of chance creation. She wanted Köln to maintain that momentum, and it's fair to say they've done that, though the chances have dried up in the last few minutes with Freiburg finding a foothold in the game. Imping, I'm not sure whether that was a shot or a pass. Either way, it was much of neither. Laura Benkart, two-time Frauen-Bundesliga champion with Bayern, an Olympic gold medalist in 2016. Boasting the type of experience that few in the Freiburg ranks do, i.e. 18 appearances in the Women's Champions League. Here she is on the ball again. Only one real save to make, though Köln have had more chances than Freiburg so far. Freiburg's only registered chance, that blocked effort from Svenja Fumli after a wonderful piece of defending from Marina Hegering. So far, she is the story of this game, Marina Hegering. Still a long way to go, though. Foul on Selina Vorbian. Lucky not to have a harder fall there in the aerial battle with Laura Vogt. Vorbian tonight making her 50th appearance in Freiburg colours, so a mini milestone for her. Now with the free kick. Second chance opportunity perhaps for Freiburg. Far too congested in the centre there, Biens. That was well played by Sophia Nachtigall, but she was the only one that seemed hungry enough to try and make something happen for Freiburg. Zinger does well to deal with the danger posed by Elena Biens. Swiss international did not feature at the Euros on home soil this summer. 22 years of age, though, her dream of featuring at a Euros All-World Cup still well within reach. Feels like Freiburg represents a new chapter in her career. But said she was very fond of the Köln one as well. Right now, Köln producing the type of performance that you wouldn't have expected if you'd watched their defeat to Leipzig on the opening day of the season. They've really stepped it up a gear here tonight at the Dreisam Stadion. Which is all good and well through just under 22 minutes played, but they need something to show for it too. Loose ball works out for Laura Benkart. Now Freiburg, they are unbeaten in their last 4 games here on home soil. 3 wins, 1 draw. Those victories including a win against Eintracht Frankfurt. And the draw, incidentally, came against Wolfsburg. That's a lovely touch. The finish and the effort from Wiankowska didn't quite match the build-up. Was always going wide. Still great endeavour. Shown by the marauding left-back. One of the 3 changes in the Köln lineup tonight due to the injury suffered to Anna Gerhardt and the suspension of Selina Degen. As a result, Zara Agrec shifted in from left-back to centre-back. It opened the door for Wiankowska to make her first start of the season. Now Achinska caught by Nachtigall. Julia Boyka. A word of warning there for the The woman signed from Eintracht Frankfurt in the summer. Got to say, Achinska made a lot out of a little when it came to the contact there. A free kick in a promising position, and Achinska, the type of player that will fancy her chances. Certainly no stranger to scoring goals from range. It is Achinska. It's a good strike, but it's straight at Laura Benkart. A risky back pass. Benkart gets there first. There's a bit of wind in the Köln sails. Play brought back, though. Really assume it's for the foul on Luca Birkoltz there. There was nothing wrong about that challenge from either woman. Achinska with the high press, and they forced the mistake out of Freiburg here, Köln. Now can they capitalise? Veronika Zawistovska finding Jessen. Sandra Maria Jessen! Deflected wide. Well, the game plan is really bearing fruit here for FC Köln and Britta Karlsson's side. The better team so far, just nothing to show for it. Corner comes in right into the mix. Hegering is there, so too is Benkart. The two veterans clash in the box. Nachtigall taking one touch too many. And now it's Heisinger! Well, once a corner doesn't get one. Was convinced that Laura Benkart there, the Freiburg goalkeeper, got a touch. Nachtigall needed to clear her lines quicker there. Much quicker. Imping did well. Heisinger from a tight angle. Didn't have a lot to work with. Virtually impossible to tell whether there was a touch from Benkart. Firmly couldn't find the teammate. Köln doing really well to close down the central areas where the midfield diamond of Freiburg like to try and really make an impact. Köln are doing well to stretch them, find width. Without doing enough to stifle the home side, which they are certainly doing in midfield right now. Given the mistake that Lisa Schmitz did make last weekend in goal for Köln, Freiburg will be a little disappointed not to have tested her yet. Another nice ball out wide for the Cathedral City side. Heavy touch. Sees Julia Stierli win the ball and get caught. Last season, Freiburg, they finished 5th. 38 points in their name, 11 wins. Their best season return since the 2017-18 campaign when they finished 3rd. And Theresa Merck, their head coach, missing due to her maternity leave at the start of the season. Nico Schneck was the interim solution. Put the club in a wonderful position for Merck to return. Just 1 loss in their last 10 match days. Helped seal a top half of the table finish. For Merck, she did decide, though, to go and concentrate on family life for a little bit, having only recently welcomed her first child into the world. The door was open on the Freiburg hot seat, and Edmund Kaplani, an unproven head coach. His last job with Karlsruhe's under-17s team back in 2022 was the man chosen for the job. Köln denied another corner. Marina Hegering convinced there was a touch on her long-range effort. And again, Freiburg won't want to let her find her range from distance, because Marina Hegering has a wonderful shot on her. Some highlight goals scored over the course of her illustrious career. Oh, lovely little dummy there. Imping bursting into the box. Imping! Needed to try and pick out one of the 3 players up in support. In the end, a touch too selfish there from Carlotta Imping. Academy graduate. Said it was always her dream to play for Köln since being in the under-13s team. Never scored for the Cathedral City side. That looked like a foul from Imping as well. Based on what we saw firmly penalised for early in this game, only fair to penalise Imping as well. But there you see, Freiburg might have been the top half of the table last season, Köln relegation candidates, and that's the way it was seen at the start of this season, but not represented on the stat sheets here. Just over half an hour played at the Dreisamstadion. And it's certainly the hard-fought match that both head coaches predicted. But Köln giving the better account of themselves. You can rack up 9 shots to 2, but if you don't get a goal, then you're always living dangerously. And now Freiburg. Oh, the pass for Lisa Karl, just a touch too long. The Freiburg captain scored a stunning goal to open the scoring last weekend against Werder Bremen. Seen by many as the goal of the match day, though I'm sure Melanie Brunthaler might have a thing or two to say about that. The Hamburg striker who scored the goal that made it 3-2 in that incredible comeback against Wolfsburg. A 3-3 draw for Hamburg upon their return to the Frauen-Bundesliga. And that's the type of result that would have struck a bit of fear in the heart of a team like Köln, because they are relegation candidates. There's no escaping that fact. The only way to escape it would be by putting a lot of points on the board early on in this campaign. But they lost their opening fixture against Leipzig. That was, of course, a bit more cause for concern. But this performance here at the Dreisamstadion, a real source of positivity moving forward, because that relegation battle is going to be fierce, I'm sure. Hamburg, Nuremberg, Köln, Karlsruhe, They are seen as the 4 favourites. A couple of teams that could get dragged in if they don't have the luck of the football gods on their side. Wonderful fighting spirit there from Sandra Maria Jessen. Leading the line in the absence of Taylor Ziemer, one of many on the absentee list for Köln due to injury. Lara Dornhauser now, lovely footwork. Dornhauser looking for a teammate, can't pick one out, but Feisinger. Bit scrappy. Köln get another corner. 4 corners so far, and they have all gone the way of the visitors. Bit of risky defending there at the back by Freiburg, but they just about get away with it. Good corner, and Benkart doesn't come this time. Now space to work with Luca Birkholz. She's got a lot to do all on her own. Support arriving now with Firmly. Svenja Firmly, 3 to her left if she can make the turn, but unsuccessful. Hegering shuts the door. Köln did well to get a lot of bodies back quickly there. This black kit with the gold trim is quite an eye-catching number, if I do say so myself. Well, Edmund Kaplani is strutting along the sideline. Not a happy man, and Meritfeld has lost out to Feisinger here. Feisinger tried to curl one towards goal, but doesn't bend it round the body of Stierli. Vogt wants the ball now from Zawistovska, but she instead sparks an attack. Women over here, and cutback is cut out. Second chance opportunity, Dornhauser attacks, but Benkart gets there. Well, this performance from Köln is night and day compared to what we saw from them on the opening weekend against Leipzig, especially when they had 11 women on the pitch. But they clearly took confidence from some of the momentum generated when they were down to 10. That momentum has been maintained, but oh, Laura Vogt with a horror pass there. Birkholz won't get there ahead of Wiankowska. They can't afford to make mistakes like that, Köln, else they will see all their wonderful efforts go unrewarded. Bietz digs out the cross, but to no one. Always got to think it's one of the highest compliments for a musician when one of their songs is turned into a football chant as well. And right now, if I'm not mistaken, it's Tom Odell's Another Love that's the inspiration of the one we're listening to here at the Dreisamstadion. We just don't get the sound of the chorus in this one. Well, the fans have certainly risen to the occasion in Freiburg's first home game of the season, but the home side have not. Right now, they are living dangerously at 0-0. Köln would be the more deserving of a goal. Feisinger, lovely little touch. Now Wienkoska, low delivery, and it was a good idea, but the cross a little too close to Laura Benkart, and the goalkeeper of her quality will always deal with that danger. Nia Cenk, one-on-one with Wienkoska, takes her on the outside. Lovely play by Nattigal, wonderful touch and look for the pass to split the lines. In the end, doesn't quite find its mark, and Jessen, yeah, beaten to the ball by Stegemann cleanly, and then hauled to the ground there, Greta Stegemann, who seems to have hurt herself in the process. I think it was a big tug on the arm and the hand of, oh no, it's on the shirt, excuse me. And she actually gets her fingers stepped on by Jessen as a double whammy in the challenge. And that will hurt even on a warmish night in the Black Forest. Summer is slowly drawing to a close here in Germany. Temperatures dropping, especially when the sun does as well. The floodlights are now on here at the Dreisamstadion. Former home of the Freiburg men's team, now exclusively used by the women. Charming ground it is as well. The home fans have had little to cheer so far tonight, and free kick. That was not a clean challenge by Veronika Zawistowska, the summer signing from Bayern. Felt she won the ball, but Stegemann got her body between woman and ball well. It was an almighty tangle. The first free kick came to nothing, perhaps the second will. Yeah, she didn't really get a lot of the ball there, Zawistowska, but she got a lot of the angle. Well, Lisa Schmitz is yet to make a save in this game. Freiburg would like to change that at least before half-time. Although I guess they wouldn't mind her not making a save in the first half if this next effort goes on target. Floated in. Oh, Hagering, dangerous! And headed wide. Greta Stegemann, the woman who won both free kicks for Freiburg, almost benefiting from a gift from Marina Hagering. Felt she had to act, and I'm not sure she did. She almost played her new side into a world of trouble, but Stegemann can't quite capitalise. Best chance of the game, though, for Freiburg. Still, though, yet to register a shot on target with the three they've had. First time tonight that Marina Hagering has produced a bit of a misstep. Of course, the other one she made, she recovered from to make a wonderful last-ditch challenge on Svenja Thumli. Now a lovely switch of play from Feiersinger. Wienkoska looking to return the favour to Feiersinger, but asking a lot there of the veteran midfielder. 32 years of age, over 120 appearances for the Austrian national team, Laura Feiersinger. Hagering with an almighty diving header that almost turned into a chance for Köln. Greta Stegemann wanted Laura Benkart to come off a line there to collect the ball, and the goalkeeper not as obliging. Stegemann then adopting the better safe than sorry approach, but she has conceded yet another corner. Fifth of the game now for Köln. Benkart just making sure that Julia Boyka, the referee, has an eye on some of the jostling going in around her. Agrech. Ooh, looked like a handball. And the effort from Feisinger right into the mix as well. Oh, well won by Cenk, a lovely early ball looking for Thumley. It was the right idea, just a touch long. Bit of pinball in the box here, and it wasn't the most convincing initial challenge from Nachtigall, and a clean block on the effort from Feisinger in the end. Nachtigall had her arm attached to the side of her body, but she certainly led with that arm of hers. We're hearing that there's going to be no added time at the end of this first half, which suggests that this could be the final chance of the first 45. Merritt-Felder doesn't get her head on the ball, and Lisa Schmidt's plucking it out of the air. They are willing to try and break in transition here, Köln. Long vertical, looking for Jessen. And Benkart quick to snuff out the danger. The officials are going to let Köln take the throw in at least. And Lara Vogt can launch long into the box. That's the intention. Jessen loops up a flick on. Stegemann. Lara Vogt, another chance to get the ball in the box. Goes low with the effort this time. Jessen, and high and wide. With what should be the final kick of the first half, and indeed it is. Well, everyone is expecting a hard-fought game here at the Dreisamstadion on Friday night, and that's exactly what we're getting. But Köln, the relegation candidates, giving a much better account of themselves than Freiburg in their first home game of the season. They'll want to change that after the break. At half-time, it is Freiburg 0, Köln 0. Hello and welcome back, everyone, to the Dreisamstadion, where you can see there the sun is setting. The floodlights are on for this Friday night encounter. Freiburg, 5th place finishers last season, taking on a Köln side that were at the opposite end of the table. And many thought that would be the case again this season. And after the opening day defeat to Leipzig, that conclusion became stronger. However, their performance tonight, Marina Hegering inspired, it's worth saying, the standout performer from the first half, the new Köln captain, making her first Köln appearance since joining the club in the summer. And she brought her leadership qualities to the table at both ends of the pitch already so far this evening. Magnificent performance. Köln have been the better team, yet they have nothing to show for it. Goalless through 45 minutes. Laura Benkart, the busier of the two keepers, 2 saves made. Lisa Schmitz, her counterpart, none so far. Well, the second half underway. Freiburg in white, Köln in black. Freiburg in the second half playing towards their ardent fans behind Lisa Schmitz's goal now. But Köln picking up right where they left off at the end of the first half, getting on the front foot, and an early corner. They had all of them in the first half, 5 all told. Make this number 6. And with the team talks ringing in the ears of both players, what does the first moment of this second half have up its sleeve? Header on goal from Marina Hegering. Not enough to trouble Benkart. That is now the 14th shot the visitors have had tonight. Hegering is such a threat from set pieces. The problem for Köln is that of those 14 shots, only 2 have found the target. Still, we shouldn't forget that this was a Köln side that struggled for goals last season. 18 goals scored in 22 matches. And 6 of those 18 came in the final 2 match days, as Feiersing has caught here. Well, neither side have pulled any punches in the opening exchanges of this game, and the same goes for the start of this second half. That's happenstantial, to say the best, or to say the least. Feiersinger just taking a pass right off the top of the head. Wasn't expecting it, and those can sometimes be the most dangerous. Nowadays, no one really messes around with head injuries, which is good to see as well, as we see confirmation there. 2,540 in attendance tonight at the Dreisamstadion. Yes, it's not quite as big as the figures that we had at the Volksparkstadion or the Allianz Arena last weekend, but that is nothing to take for granted. 2,500 on this Friday night. But right now, the Freiburg fans, courtesy of Britta Karlsson's side and their performance, have had very little to cheer about so far. They're hoping that'll change in the second half. Right now, a bit of concern for Feiersinger, who certainly was one of the brightest sparks for Köln before the break. Edmond Kaplani said he was a bit nervous ahead of his first home game. I'm sure those nerves won't have dissipated much based on the way the game proceeded. Has he found the right words at half-time to see Freiburg take it up a gear? Merit Felder approaching her 100th appearance with the club. All firmly. Cheeky dummy. Not sure best served in that particular situation. But still, here come Freiburg again. Nachtigall. Now to Firmly. Neat turn by Svenja Firmly. Svenja Firmly's done wonderfully well, and there the first save of the game, made by Lisa Schmitz. All of Firmly's own making here. They did well in tight spaces, Freiburg. Then Cenk found that little reverse pass, and then one-on-one with Kretsch. Turned her inside out. Cheeky toe-poked finish. Schmitz's first save of the game. Freiburg's first corner of the game. Svenja Firmly. She is such a handful and a prolific finisher, prolific striker. Fitness issues are her issue. Good corner. Oh, what a header. Right in the 6-yard box from Hegering. Felder puts it back in the mix, and Schmitz has to act. Gets caught at a near post. Real jeopardy here. Look at this header from Hegering, running towards her own goal. Glances it off the back of her head. A bit of inventive defending there. And then Schmitz, I don't really think she got caught. But she did have to do something there in a near post. Lisa Schmitz. Two former Wolfsburg teammates, Schmitz and Hegering, now taking their talents to the Cathedral City. For Lisa Schmitz, it's a dream come true. After all, she was born in Köln. Said it was always a dream to play for the club. She had to wait a long time before that was a possibility. Stints with Leverkusen, Turbine Potsdam, Montpellier in France, and of course most recently Wolfsburg. Last season, though, she only made 2 appearances all campaign. One came in the DFB-Pokal's second round against Hertha Berlin, the other a Women's Champions League qualifier against Fiorentina. The Champions League qualifier playoff first legs took place this week, and the hope was, from a Frauen-Bundesliga perspective, that Eintracht Frankfurt could make it 3 teams in the inaugural league phase for Germany. Unfortunately, they're 2-1 down against Real Madrid. Second leg in Madrid. Not the result they were hoping for, though. A good fight back shown, having gone 2-0 down in that game, and arguably they could have equalised before the final whistle. But a tough battle became an even tougher one after the first leg result, so fingers crossed that Eintracht Frankfurt can maybe pull off a miracle in Madrid. They, of course, were in action last Friday night when we had a 5-0 win for the She-Gulls. No goals so far between Freiburg and Köln here. James Thorogood, your match commentator, delighted to have the pleasure of your company on this Friday night as we raise the curtain on match day 2. Freiburg and Köln still chasing a first win of the season. Here's come Lisa Karl for Freiburg, the captain. Can't quite make anything happen. Kretsch with the clearance. This is better, though, from Freiburg in the second half. Well played by Merit Felder. Nachtigall. Felder again. Touch just got away from her. Now Köln, Feiersinger. There's a lovely run being made out wide. Zawisdowska. Shut down by Julia Stierli. Great defending by the Swiss international. Another Laura Vogt long throw to be delivered. Jessen with the flick on. Felder's clearance went the wrong way. Firmly now will battle against Hagering. Does well, but Hagering wings back. And again, my goodness. And at the third attempt, they finally get the ball off Marina Hagering. But still, she's right place, right time to win it back off Firmly and draw the foul. Marina Hagering, 35 years old. If you thought she was going to Köln for the twilight of her career where it was all going to tail off, well, think again, my goodness. She's a monstrous defender. A battler, a warrior. And she's producing a phenomenal, truly phenomenal performance here tonight in her first game as a Köln player. Love to see it. Although not if you're of a Freiburg disposition, admittedly. And I think everyone knew that Marina Hagering was going to be a significant signing for Köln. I guess injury issues are the only concern. Can she stay fit for the full season? Can she avoid setbacks, knockbacks? In terms of her physical condition, maybe now that she's not going to be playing with midweek matches in the Champions League as well, it might help. Though, of course, we have expanded the Frauen-Bundesliga to 14 teams. This the start of a new era this season. And as a result, we'll have 26 match days as opposed to 22, so naturally, the season will go on a little bit longer. For Britta Karlsson, priority number one, survive the drop. Köln finished 10th last season. Left Karlsruhe Jena and Turbine Potsdam, the two newly promoted sides behind them. They've got to leave two sides behind them again in the current campaign. Or will their Frauen-Bundesliga streak end after 5 seasons? Because a downward trend is there. You look at the last 4 campaigns. 22 points, 19 points, 18 points, 14 points last season. A worrying trend. Last season was the worst points tally the Cathedral City side have ever amassed, without being relegated. The good news for Britta Karlsson, low bar has been set. The only way is up from here. Bronze medalist in the 2004 Olympics, European champion in 2005 with the German national team, Britta Karlsson. Spent a long time on the Wolfsburg books as assistant coach. She was involved in winning 2 Champions Leagues, 4 Frauen-Bundesligas and 5 DFB Pokals. Grete Stegemann looking for a piercing pass. Trying to keep the chance alive here. Lisa Karl. Half chance, but Svenja firmly likes it. She wants more of the same. Karl can't quite pull off the spectacular strike we saw from her last weekend. Lisa Karl, the most experienced player on the Freiburg book. She's been with the club for 13 years. And now it might break for Firmly, but a great challenge from Agletsch. Had to get it right and did. Oh, tough for Dornhauser. And she actually, trying to control the ball, knocked the wind out of herself. Score a goal for us. Let's go Freiburg, score a goal is the chant now from the home side. It's the only thing tonight's game is missing, truth be told. Engaging, competitive. But to roll out the cliche, a goal could really open this game up. Talked about Köln's goal-scoring issues last season, 18 in 22 games, 10 blanks. At one point going 381 minutes without a goal. Freiburg, 34 goals scored. Not bad as a whole, but it was the lowest in the top half of the table last season. Zawistowska looking for Imping, caught by Vorbian. And this is a free kick in a very promising position for the women in black. Two-woman wall. Looks to be behind. It looks to be behind the line. I'm not sure what Julia Boyka was pointing out there. Zara Agrec, the centre back, to take. We'll be looking for a teammate, I'd assume. It goes long. It's a good delivery. It had to be dealt with at the back post by Grete Stegemann, who was fouled by Sandra Maria Jessen in the eyes of Julia Boyka. Perhaps the offside flag went up against her. Well, there was a significant push. First change of the game on the hour mark. Veronika Zawistowska, replaced by Lydia Andrade. That was one of the three changes we saw in the starting lineup compared to last weekend's 2-0 loss to Leipzig. Andrade signed from Leipzig in the summer. Fresh legs. Zawistowska looked bright, but really didn't make an impact. Tonight was her 50th appearance for Köln after a 2-year loan spell when she first moved to Germany. Let's see whether Andrade can make more of an impact than Zawistowska. Jessen wins her side another corner. Carlotta Imping with the corner. Teasing delivery. Benkart comes and gets a fist to the ball. Pinball just outside the Freiburg box, but now the hosts can come away with it. Nattigal, early ball for Birkholz. Luca Birkholz, offside flag is up. So tight. She has so little to work with, Luca Birkholz, in the first half. A wonderful shoulder-to-shoulder challenge should have had her clean through on goal, but the referee's whistle went. And now we're going to have a change for Freiburg. Lisa Kolb is coming on for Elena Bientz. Again, it was Bientz who came in for Kolb in the starting lineup against her former club, the Swiss international. Had a few moments to save her, but none to really do any damage. 59 appearances for Köln. Make that 2 now for Freiburg for Elena Bientz. The first of many, no doubt. Hefty clash there, taking out Niachenk. 21 years old. Perhaps has nailed down the right-back spot this season, the academy graduate. Well, Vorbian tried to skip past Imping, but ran into trouble. Andrade. did well to make something happen there. Throw in to Köln. Well, Edmond Kaplani talked about looking forward to working with a young and wild team. Was expecting an impressive atmosphere in his first home game, and he's got it. Now his side just need to feed that atmosphere, preferably with the opening goal. Kolb digs out the cross, Gretsch with the clearance. Firmly unable to turn this time. Nachtigall can't quite win the loose ball. Chinska with the outlet to Andrade, says have a run, but even Andrade can't keep that one in play. Described Köln as a cool and ambitious club. Lydia Andrade, the Swiss international, one of many on the Köln books. They've got a strong Swiss contingent, they've got a strong Polish contingent, a few Austrians in the mix as well. But it is the noticeable difference between these two teams. Oh, I'll hold the thought, because Chinska with the opportunity here. Feisinger, she's got Dornhauser to her left. Laura Dornhauser, Dornhauser! Deflected behind for a corner. Just couldn't get the shot off cleanly there, Laura Dornhauser. First time Julia Stierli hasn't looked convincing at the back, and Feisinger found Dornhauser well. Another corner for Köln. They just need to make one count now. Much more evenly matched though in this second half. A goal is really going to change the complexion of proceedings. And a corner comes in, it's off the line! Vogt! Dornhauser cleared again! Hegering saved by Benkart! Oh, it's panicky at the disco for the Freiburg back line, but they survive all the scares. And still here come Köln. That's a foul on Achinska. And we'll get another yellow card. Now, Laura Vogt certainly went closest here, because her initial effort must have been cleared off the line. Lovely header through the legs of Stierli, and somehow Benkart and Stierli just claw that out. And then there are just too many bodies between ball and goal. Hegering so close to a debut Köln goal. But if that doesn't underline the fact that there is still a lot of jeopardy left in this game at 0-0 with just over 20 minutes to play, and I don't know what does. Something tells me we're going to get a winner tonight. I just can't tell which way it's going to go. Maybe now from the free kick, Feisinger eyeing this one up. She might even try and catch Benkart out. You never know. Laura Feisinger. Flipped in, it doesn't beat the first woman. Achinska blocked by Stegemann. Still the chance alive here. Dornhauser. Jessen. And Benkart quickly calling for a bit of calm in the Freiburg ranks. Yellow card, I think, showed to Sophia Nachtigall. Confirmation of that there. So that was for the foul on Achinska. Oh, Hegering has stayed down there. Play goes on. Freiburg here with Volbian. Vogt with the tactical foul. She just wants the stoppage in play. See if we can go back to that initial challenge on Marina Hegering. This is when she was already prone on the pitch. So I don't think Vogt has any complaints about the decision. She gets a yellow card. Again, no real complaints, but she probably would have felt that the play should have been stopped by the referee, Julia Boyka. Yet to see. I was going to say whether Marina Hegering was back on her feet, but there she is, bottom of your screen. Svenja Fumli, a little apologetic. But I described her as a warrior early in this game, Marina Hegering, and I stand by that. She will battle through if she can. Yeah, Lydia Andrade had to break the wall. Clipped in by Vorbian now. Header on goal! Oh, Schmitz can't keep it out! Svenja Fumli rises highest to put Freiburg in front in their first home game of the season. She is a finisher supreme. Give her a half chance and she will punish you. And this is a wonderful headed effort from Svenja Fumli. Lisa Schmitz, fingertips to the ball, but can't keep it out. Can't really take a portion of the blame the way she did for Leipzig's opener last weekend, but she certainly will have felt that she could have done better. But for Freiburg, having been second best for pretty much the whole first half, they found a second gear in this second half, and now they have a goal to show for it. And poor old Köln, for all their efforts, now all they have to show for it is a one-goal deficit from a free kick that Vogt committed happily with Hegering down, prone on the pitch. But what a moment that has proven to be in this game. Felder does well under pressure. Now where do Freiburg go from here? Confidence now building. Lisa Kolb. Cross cut out by Vogt. Cenk battles away well. Lisa Kolb. Shot on goal from Kolb, and Schmitz gets her body behind that one. Former Germany international, Lisa Schmitz. 2 appearances for the national team, the most recent coming in 2019, admittedly, for the 33-year-old. She talked about it being a dream to play for Köln, having been born in the cathedral city. Chance for some more changes. Vanessa Leimenstol is coming on for Adriana Achinska. Hegering looks to attack, bounces through. No one there in black to pounce. Jessen will try and keep the chance alive. We'll happily let it go out for a throw-in. Laura Vogt kicked the post in frustration after the goal was scored by Freiburg. I still think she made the right decision in committing the foul. Now the cross comes in. Nachtigall heads clear. And Birkholz with the header on. Fumli now has a lot of space to work with Imping battles back though, brilliantly. Oh, she's been penalised. Oh, wow. And a yellow card. Oh, come on. I'll be honest, I thought that was a clean bit of defending there from Carlotta Imping. Let's take a look at this again, because she has a little bit more pace in her game than Firmly. Won the ball cleanly first time. You know what? She definitely takes out Firmly before the ball, doesn't she? I'll draw back my opinion there a touch. Though I still think a yellow card is perhaps a little harsh. Now Edmond Kaplani. Switching things up as well. And that is going to be the final piece of action for Firmly. Winning goal scorer, Tessa Blumenberg, is coming on to replace her. Meanwhile, Sophia Nachtigall also makes way. Madge Schneider on in her place. And Kaplani there being precautionary as well. The two players coming off both have been booked, Firmly and Nachtigall. Firmly still feeling the effects of that challenge with Imping and the fall. Tessa Blumenberg, 20 years old. Madge Schneider, 18. Part of the Freiburg philosophy being a platform for young players to really prove themselves. It's interesting that in their bid to survive this season, Köln have gone the complete opposite approach. And they've dipped into experience. They've signed Lisa Schmitz, who unfortunately has not covered herself in glory in the first two games as a Köln player. They've brought in Marina Hagering, who's been outstanding tonight. Sandra Maria Jessen, who's done a lot of hard running up front, but no finish for her. And now a chance for Freiburg to double their advantage. Attacked by Stierli, bounces dangerously, and Hagering with an overhead kick to clear. Mix up in the Köln ranks, and Freiburg will get another chance at this with Kolb. Imping stays touch tight. The Freiburg fans bouncing now with the one-goal lead behind them. Delivered by Svenja Firmly. Her first of the new campaign, and hopefully the first of many, as Vorbian really takes the brunt of a Hagering foul. And of all the yellow cards we've seen tonight, that's the clearest of the lot. And this is trademark Marina Hagering challenge, though. Wham! Take out Vorbian. She is a no-nonsense defender at the best of times. She's made a career of it, Marina Hagering. Still, what a valuable addition to this Köln back line. She's proven it here tonight. And again, if we hadn't got a goal from Svenja Firmly, I think we'd firmly be talking about Marina Hagering as the player of the match here. Unfortunately, Firmly might take those plaudits away from her with the winning goal in a hard-fought game. Vorbian, no dead leg after the clattering with Hagering, will take the free kick. Clipped in. Doesn't find a teammate now. Andrade, look at her. Busts the gut down the right wing, needs the pass, but Dornhauser doesn't produce. Well, I think we got a touch off the referee there, hence the stop in play. But that's, well, such a shame for Köln, because that stoppage in play has allowed Freiburg to get everyone behind the ball again. Find their shape, reposition themselves. And Köln will need a few moments where they can stretch Freiburg late on if they do want to get an equaliser here, or it's going to be a lucky punch from a set piece. But I said a few moments ago we were going to get a winner here tonight. I just didn't know which way it was going to go. One goal might well be enough for two teams that have struggled to find the target with the shots they have created. But again, Köln, a team that scored just 18 goals last season, drawing 10 blanks. They've produced 22 shots, now 23 is into the roof of the net. Wieniawska, making a good case for more minutes at left back, moving forward. She has attacking threat as well as defensive guile. Unfortunately for Köln, despite the kits they're wearing, they just can't quite find the golden touch. And there you see, in the end, Freiburg have actually been more efficient, more clinical. But to score goals, you've got to create chances, and that's got to be seen as a positive for the Cathedral City side, given their goal-scoring issues last season. The one thing that will disappoint them is earlier in this game, we saw the tackles won percentage, and Köln were ahead 53% to 47, and now it's 52 and 48 in favour of Freiburg. And that really, perhaps an area where you can point to that this game has been won and lost by Freiburg in this second half. They've taken the fight back to Köln in a way they didn't before the break. And yeah, they've got a goal from a set piece, but that's sometimes what you need to do on a hard-fought Friday night under the floodlights. And Freiburg haven't been at their best. They'll be the first to admit that, but they found a winning goal. Or a potential winning goal, I should say. Now another hefty 50-50. Vorbian wins the ball cleanly. Leaves her opponent prone on the pitch. I believe it's Leimenstall. For now, Kolb to Cenk. Oh, hint of a handball. Comes to Kolb on the half volley. Always leaning back, always going over. And now I believe Leimenstall can actually receive the treatment she would have been hoping for. A heavy fall right on the back that'll certainly send a few shockwaves through the joints. See there, Sylvia Mateschik and Julia Schifart ready to come on. Just under 10 minutes of normal time remaining here at the Dreisam Stadion. A wonderful atmosphere, 2,500 fans in attendance, or just over I should say. And Svenja Fumli has finally given them something to cheer about. But will it be enough for all 3 points? The first win of the season is within reach for Freiburg. For Köln, a second defeat looms large. Mads Schneider. Pass cut out by Wieniawska. Jessen will give chase and almost got there against Stegemann. Risky pass cut out by Andrade now. Jessen's up, Leimenstall's up, Feiersinger's up. Here's Leimenstall. Oh, that was a terrible pass back to Andrade. I'm not sure what she was thinking, but she might still be feeling the effects of that heavy fall from a few moments ago. Marina Hegering picks up the pieces now. Can't thread the needle. Strong challenge. Andrade might pick up the pieces, but the ball just spins out of play, though it's a Köln throw. Carlotta Imping and Sandra Maria Jessen making way. There is Julia Schifart, the young 17-year-old academy product. 17 goals in 39 games with Köln's second team. She is an under-19 international for Germany as well. A good header by Hegering to Vogt. Hegering wants it back and gets it. What can she produce now? Hegering goes for goal, and little wibble wobble in the air, but nothing to really trouble Ben Krat. He can't believe the throw-in went against his side. Carlson was then apoplectic at her team for taking too long and getting the ball back in play. Time is of the essence for Köln. Tonight, they have been deserving of a share of the spoils, but that's not how the football gods work. They haven't found the finishing touch despite the plethora of chances they've created. Oh, Andrade, what a touch to Leimenstall. Two in the middle to aim for, and Stegemann, awkward clearance, but a clearance nonetheless. Looping header. Lyman Stoll scraps away. Matashik does really well there, never to give up on winning that ball back. Feiersinger does lose out to Schneider though. And that long ball forward has worked out for Lisa Cole. That looked like a clear handball, my goodness. Julia Boyka, the referee, not exactly having the greatest game, I'll be honest. Stegemann. Greta Stegemann! Wow! What an effort that would have been from Greta Stegemann, the Freiburg centre-back. Lisa Schmitz was troubled, just tips it over the bar. And I tell you what, if this isn't a handball, oh, well, you know what? Not the first time tonight, maybe I need to change my initial opinion, because in real it looked a little different. It looked like the arm was outstretched, it looked like the ball struck lower down the arm. That replay, I'll take back what I said about Julia Boyka just a second ago, the referee. Corner skips off someone's head, but no real danger. Merit Felder tries to keep the threat alive and gets another corner on this near side instead. 98 appearances, including tonight's for Merit Felder. So if she features in the home game against Hamburg next weekend, she will then make her 100th appearance in Munich against Bayern. Well, that 6-yard box is very congested indeed. There is not a lot of room to manoeuvre on that goal line. Our delivery is really poor, though, in the end. Second chance opportunity for Vorbian. Better delivery, Hagering. Well, I thought got the final touch, but it's a goal kick instead. Two more changes for the home side. Vorbian to be replaced by Nicole Ojukwu. Luca Bierkoltz also comes off. There'll be Aurelie Silag on in her place. So Bierkoltz still waiting on her first goal as a Freiburg player, but still a lot to like about the performances she's producing up front. And when you're a Freiburg player, you're not often going to be the most prolific. It's more about taking your chances when they do come. And Svenja Fumli is really good at that. Her big issue is staying fit. You consider the fact that she spent a total of 23 months out on the sidelines in the last 3 seasons. Knee injuries, knee injuries, knee injuries, and then an ankle injury. Schiffart's cross is not really cleared, and Schiffart does really well. Feiersinger, tight angle, goal kick. Lot to like about Julia Sterli's performance. Has flown under the radar to a certain degree, but she's done all the basics really well tonight. There's the travelling Köln contingent that have come down from the cathedral city for a trip to the Black Forest, one of the more picturesque regions that Germany has to offer down in the southwest. There, a look at the upcoming fixtures for Freiburg. 3 games on the road in a row to come. Not to mention a road game against Hannover 96 in the DFB Pokal der Frauen as well. And not to correct the graphic, actually, but I need to. The next game against Hamburg isn't on the road for Freiburg. It is here at the Dreisam Stadion. So it's a home game against Frankfurt, then 3 road games. Bayern, Hanover and Union Berlin. Time is running out now for Köln. Blumenberg does well to retain possession, now with Felder. Silag. One-on-one with Laraval. She's got the fresh legs. Silag to the byline. Lovely cut back, and Schneider. Didn't make a clean connection on the shot, but it was going to get crowded out anyway, I reckon. Kaplani senses a win in his first home game as Freiburg head coach. Aurélie Silag, Swiss international, using those fresh legs to great effect, and a cleaner connection, and maybe a Gretsch doesn't make the block there on the Schneider shot. 3 minutes of time added on at the end of the 90. Precious minutes for Köln, if they want to get a goal that their performance tonight would have been deserving of. The games don't get any easier for the Cathedral City side. Wolfsburg, Leverkusen, Bayern in the next 5. They will also be in action in the DFB Pokal der Frauen. After the game against Essen, they take on Warbayern, the second-tier team. Köln will want to bounce back from the embarrassment of DFB Pokal defeat last season when they were knocked out by local arch-rivals Borussia Mönchengladbach, a second-tier team as well. A penalty shootout loss on that occasion after a 1-1 draw. But a rather red-faced moment for Köln, and one that didn't help Daniel Weber, who was then described as a historische Klatsche, an historical mistake, the former Köln head coach. Britta Karlsson, things a lot more stable under Britta Karlsson, though the results aren't really reflective of the positive development, at least not at the start of this season. And 2 defeats from 2, unfortunately, will only increase the concerns that relegation might be a realistic prospect for Köln in what is their 5th straight season in the Frauen-Bundesliga. Andrade does well to win it back. No support, though. Oh, I was going to say throw-in taken quickly, but she thought better of it. Well, given the fact that we've got a minute of time added on left, this free kick could be crucial for Köln. Last chance saloon. Welcome to it. Wienkoska, half cross, half shot. And Lisa Schmitz has come up from the back for Köln. The goal is gaping if Freiburg can release, but Benkart, savvy play, I believe it was from Marina Hegering there, stopping her from finding an outlet. Lisa Schmitz has had to do the hard running all the way back to goal. Now Hegering steps in at the back, and there might be one last loft forward for Köln. They need to get it going the other way. Vogt. Nice pass to Dornhauser. Tried to turn, but loses out. It was hard fought until the bitter end. But in their first home game of the new season, Freiburg get their first win of the 25-26 campaign, and the first win under new head coach Edmond Kaplani. Svenja Firmli, the match winner, with the only goal of the game. The final score at the Dreisamstadion. Freiburg 1, Köln 0. Dejected looks on the face of the Köln players, and understandably so. They really gave a good effort tonight on foreign soil, but they will look back at those chances they had in the first half and they will rue the misses. Laura Benkart made a couple of sharp saves for the home team, and Lisa Schmitz unfortunately beaten by one firmly planted header from Svenja Firmli that hands Freiburg all 3 points. And they bounce back from the disappointment, the injustice of that matchday 1 draw against Werder Bremen for a penalty that should never have stood. Tonight, I would still argue that Marina Hegering is probably the woman of the match. The standout performer, the new Köln captain in her first game for the Cathedral City side. But she ends up on the losing side of this one. Laura Benkart, first clean sheet back on the Freiburg books with her Herzensverein, the club of her heart. A first outing at the Dreisamstadion. Because when she left the club in 2018, times were very different. But times have changed. Freiburg still have the same core values. They want to give young players a chance to shine. Tonight, though, Svenja Firmli, one of their longest serving players, popping up with a match-winning moment, and they'll be hoping it's the first of many. Hopefully she can stay fit, because she showed how important she could be against Britta Carlson and co. They'll have to go back to the drawing board. 2 losses from 2 to start the season, not what they would have hoped as they look to stave off relegation. It was a wonderful game here under the Friday night floodlights at the Dreisamstadion. James Thorogood, your match commentator, thanks for joining us. The final score is Freiburg 1, Köln 0, Svenja Firmli with the winner.
Edmund Kaplani, jetzt versuchen wir es noch einmal. Wenn du mich hörst, Edmund, ja, ich denke, du hörst mich.
Ich höre dich.
Ja, wunderbar. Jetzt haben wir es also. Herzlichen Glückwunsch. Das ist der Sieg. Das ist dieses erste Spiel im Dreisamstadion. Da fällt eine Menge an Anspannung ab. Wie geht's dir jetzt?
Dankeschön. Ja, mir geht es eigenermaßen noch nicht gut, aber ich hoffe, dass in die nächste Stunde mir besser geht. Also wie wir erwartet, es war wirklich eine kopfbetonte Mannschaft, also von Köln. Die haben uns wirklich alles abverlangt vor der ersten Halbzeit. Die haben alle erste Bälle und zweite Bälle und dritte Bälle auch gewonnen. Natürlich hatten wir erste Halbzeit auch Umschaltsituationen, 2, 3 Umschaltsituationen. Aber mit der zweiten Halbzeit haben wir uns ein bisschen mehr Spielkontrolle, auch die ersten 15 Minuten. Dann hatten wir auch wiederum 5 bis 8 Minuten auch so, ich weiß nicht, was da passiert ist für uns Sechsener. Wenn wir halt kein Glück haben, dann vielleicht kassieren wir 0-1. Aber so werden wir uns belohnt mit dieser 1-0.
Erste Hälfte gab es eine ganze Menge auch Nachlässigkeiten, Dribblings im Strafraum, also fast Einladungen. Das sah sehr nervös aus. Ist das der Hauptgrund dafür, fehlende Konzentration, Nervosität gewesen?
Es könnte sein, ja, aber wie ich gesagt habe, ist für mich wichtig, wie trotzdem, dass die Mädels da die Möglichkeiten geben, dass sie auch Fußball spielen. Man muss auch so sagen, dass die halt wirklich jetzt auch die Kölner und mit voller Intensität auch uns angegriffen haben. Die waren, wie ich auch vor dem Spiel auch erwähnt habe, die waren in 1 gegen 1 Situationen über das ganze Feld. Da hat man gemerkt, auch dass die zweite Halbzeit nicht mehr so vorhanden war, weil auch Kondition von den Kölner ein bisschen nachgelassen hat.
Edmund, du musst auch mitfeiern. Ich lasse dich jetzt mal rüber in die Kurve und wir freuen uns auf die nächsten Gespräche mit dir. Herzlichen Glückwunsch für heute auf jeden Fall.
Dankeschön.
Tja, nach einem Sieger haben wir jetzt eine, die verloren hat. Leider kann man sagen, obwohl ihr eine sehr, sehr starke erste Hälfte gespielt habt, aber euch leider nicht belohnt habt. Was ist in der zweiten Hälfte anders gewesen? War die Intensität von Freiburg größer?
Na, das glaube ich gar nicht. Ich glaube, wir haben ein bisschen nachgelassen. Wir sind zwar ganz gut mit einer guten Aktion ins Spiel gekommen. Und haben aber dann, glaube ich, den Dreieraufbau ein bisschen verpasst. Also die Sechserin hat es immer wieder abfallen lassen, in die Kette reinfallen lassen. Und das haben wir nicht ganz so hinbekommen, haben dann immer ganz so den Druck drauf bekommen. Und vor allem auch die zweiten Bälle, die wir in der ersten Halbzeit viel gewonnen haben, die waren dann eher auf der Seite von Freiburg.
Laura, von dir selbst finde ich ein sehr starkes Spiel. Du hast alles getan, um diese Mannschaft nach vorne zu treiben. Ich finde, ihr habt keine schlechte Partie gespielt, aber irgendwann wird es ein bisschen blöd. Ne? Gegen Leipzig kann man sagen, war okay, leider verloren. Heute auch. Ihr habt unglaublich viel mehr Schüsse aufs Tor, aber es fehlt noch die Qualität. Was kann man da drehen in den nächsten Wochen?
Ja, ich glaube, wir müssen einfach irgendwann muss dieser Knoten platzen. Ich glaube, wir haben heute schon einen Schritt nach vorne gemacht, was auch Intensität betroffen hat, was bisschen diese Galligkeit, die Giftigkeit in die Zweikämpfe. Wir sind auch gut vors Tor gekommen und ich glaube, das unterscheidet uns noch von anderen Mannschaften, dass wir einfach vorne dann einfach auch unsere erste oder zweite Chance nutzen und uns auch selber nochmal damit belohnen und auch einfach vielleicht ein bisschen Ruhe in unser Spiel reinbringen, ein bisschen mehr Selbstvertrauen und ich glaube, wir müssen das heute so ein bisschen differenzieren und auch einfach auch sagen, dass das, was wir in der ersten Halbzeit gemacht haben, das war gut und da müssen wir aufbauen und die anderen Dinge, an denen gilt es halt einfach zu arbeiten und auch gewisse Dinge abzustellen.
Gute Arbeit daran, danke für deine Zeit und gute Rückfahrt für euch.
Dankeschön.
Servus.
Servus.